London is one of the world's most iconic cities, packed with history, culture, and world-class attractions, but where there are tourists, there are also scammers. Whether it's your first visit or your fifth, you need to be aware of these common scams that target tourists, or honestly just anyone who's not really paying attention. In this video, I'm breaking down the top 10 tourist scams in London with real examples and practical tips on how to avoid each one. Stick around to the end for a bonus tip that could save you money on your trip. First up is contactless card scanning. Contactless payment is pretty much the only way to pay for things in London, from public transportation to food to anything else in between. And even though contactless payment is super convenient, it comes with risks. Scammers in London have been caught using mobile card readers to discreetly charge small amounts from people's cards, often on crowded public transportation or tourist hotspots. They may, brush up against you on the tube or while you're queuing, all while holding a concealed reader that can take small payments without needing a PIN. These transactions are usually under £45, so they may go unnoticed until you check your bank statement later. Protect yourself by using an RFID blocking wallet or card sleeve. Also, turn off all contactless features on cards you don't need during your trip, and always monitor your spending. Next, we have fake tickets for attractions or theater shows. Leicester Square is notorious for unofficial ticket sellers offering discounted tickets to West End shows or popular attractions like the London Eye or Madame Tussauds. These sellers may look like they work for a ticket office, but often they're unlicensed or selling fake tickets. Tourists who fall for this scam may receive counterfeit tickets, get charged double the real price, or arrive at the theater only to find out that the seats that they bought don't exist. It's a heartbreaking and expensive mistake. I've even heard of some scammers selling tickets to tourists for free attractions, like watching the changing of the guard ceremony at Buckingham Palace. And it's so sad because the tourists don't know that you can just walk up to Buckingham Palace for free and just watch the changing of the guard ceremony. You don't need a ticket. So just make sure to always book tickets through official websites or reputable sources. For West End shows specifically, I recommend the TKTS booth in Leicester Square, or the website or app called TodayTix, which offers cheap theater tickets in general, but also will randomly have flash sales or lotteries where you can get amazing deals. It's how I got to see Wicked for only £22. Next up, we have overpriced taxi rides or fake taxis. At Heathrow or tourist-heavy areas like Piccadilly Circus, someone may approach you asking if you need a taxi. They lead you to a car that looks official, but it's not a licensed cab. And once you're in, you may face a huge fare at the end, and there's really little you can do about it. Fake taxis don't have meters, safety regulations, or insurance, so some drivers may take long detours or charge extra for luggage fees or late night surcharges that are completely made up. You'll also see rickshaws in popular tourist areas too, where someone is on a bicycle and they're basically just pulling this little cart behind them. And I would avoid those too. Again, there's just no regulations for these, and I've heard stories where they agree on a certain price with their customer beforehand, but then once they actually arrive at their destination, they demand even more money. So stick to regulated taxis like the famous London black cabs, or trusted apps like Uber or Bolt. Personally, I wouldn't use black cabs because they're always way more expensive than Uber, but at least they are regulated. Next, we have phony Wi-Fi networks. Free Wi-Fi is a lifesaver while traveling, but in London, fake networks pop up in cafes, stations, and tourist spots. They have names like free public Wi-Fi or London Wi-Fi, and once you connect, hackers can intercept your data. They may steal passwords, credit card info, or install malware on your device. This kind of scam is silent but dangerous. The main way to stay safe is to use a VPN when browsing on public Wi-Fi, and avoid accessing banking apps or entering passwords while you're connected to this public Wi-Fi. Learn all about what VPNs are and how to use them when traveling in this video. And of course, if you're unsure, you can always ask the business or location staff for the correct Wi-Fi name to make sure that you're not accessing a fake one. Or of course, you can just avoid connecting to Wi-Fi altogether when abroad by just getting getting an international data plan for your phone. Check out this video to learn more about the best options for using your phone abroad. Next, we have something that unfortunately London has become famous for, mostly because of social media: phone thefts. Phone theft is one of the most common scams targeting tourists in London, and it happens so fast. One sneaky trick involves someone approaching you at a cafe with a clipboard or a newspaper, pretending to collect signatures or sell something. Then they'll place the item over your phone on the table, trying to get you to sign, and when they leave, the phone goes with them underneath their clipboard. Another method is even more brazen. Thieves on bikes or e-scooters, they'll just ride past you and snatch phones straight out of your hand as they're zooming by, especially if you're distracted or using it, to guide you in navigation. Also, be extra careful on the tube. Some thieves wait for the doors to just start closing, then they grab a phone and jump out just as the doors shut, leaving you trapped inside and helpless. You can't get out and get your phone. So always keep a tight grip on your phone, avoid using it near train doors, and never ever ever leave it unattended on a table even for a minute. Next, we have something that isn't really specific to London, really any big European city: pickpocket gangs. Pickpockets thrive in crowded areas like Oxford Street, Camden Market, London Eye, the Tube. They often work in teams, using distractions to steal from bags, pockets, and backpacks. One person, may bump into you while the other person's on the other side and they lift your wallet, or a group may crowd you while someone else unzips your bag. These operations are quick and professional. Most of the time you have no idea that it even happened until way later. So keep your valuables in front-facing bags, zipped securely, keep your hand on them, avoid keeping wallets or phones in your back pocket, and stay alert in tight spaces. Next, we have the street games, or the 3-card Monty. On the streets of London, particularly around tourist areas like Westminster Bridge or the South Bank, you might spot someone running a game where you have to follow a ball under these cups or spot a queen in the deck of cards. It might look like fun and you might even see people winning, but don't be fooled. Those are usually actors that are working with the scammer. The entire setup is rigged, and once you place a bet, you will lose. Like 100% you will lose. These street gambling scams are illegal, and people running them often have lookouts to warn them when police are near. Just walk past and don't engage with them. Even if you don't place a bet, sometimes just being a part of the crowd and watching the game can be dangerous because you're an easy target for pickpocketing, like I just talked about in the point before. So if you can't help but stop and join the crowd, make sure you keep your valuables close to you. Next, we have fake charity collectors. You might see someone with a clipboard, wearing a lanyard, and approaching people in busy areas like Oxford Street or outside tube stations. They ask for a moment of your time and claim that they're raising money for a charity that helps children, animals, or any kind of local cause. Sometimes they'll even flash a fake badge just to appear official, but here's the catch: they're not charity workers. They're not really collecting for any real organization. They're just looking to guilt people into handing over cash. Even worse, some groups have been known to pocket contactless donations by carrying fake payment readers. To avoid this scam, never give money to anyone who approaches you unsolicited. If you're moved by a cause, donate directly through the official website for that cause or registered charity shops. Next, we have something kind of similar to the last point. It's fake petitions or surveys. This one is common outside tourist attractions or busy public squares. Someone will ask you if you have a moment to sign a petition, maybe about animal rights or helping the deaf. After signing, they pressure you for a donation. Sometimes while you're distracted filling out the form, an accomplice is actually pickpocketing you on the other side. Other times, it's just a way to guilt trip tourists into handing over cash. So just like I said in the last point, if you're approached, just decline politely, keep walking. Legitimate campaigns don't use aggressive tactics, and they certainly don't force donations, so keep that in mind. And lastly, we have friendship bracelets or trinkets. This scam is common around tourist landmarks like Tower of London or Trafalgar Square. Someone walks up and offers you a bracelet or small gift, or even worse, they'll just start tying it around your wrist before you can even react, and then they demand money. It's awkward, it's aggressive, and many tourists just end up paying up because of the confrontation. Others feel guilty because they think that they accepted a gift from this person, but it was never free. So even though it's awkward, avoid this trap by not allowing strangers to put anything on your wrist or hand, or if they are able to put it on, just take it off and hand it back to them. Be firm, say no thanks, walk away. It's just your best defense. Before we wrap up, as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, I wanted to give you a bonus tip to help you save money on your trip to London. So we just went over the 10 outright scams, but there are a few common ways that tourists end up overpaying for things in London as well, and they can really add up, like getting from the airport to the city center or paying for the classic hop on, hop off bus tours. So let's take a look at how you can avoid these kinds of spending mistakes and make your money go way further while visiting London in my 10 ways tourists waste their money in London video.